queens, how you keep your relationship spicy.
Good night.
You only say stop.
Hey queens, this is your girl Coco Barbz back at it again with another video. We have some guests today, girls. Give it up for my queen! How you gonna clap for yourself? I can't. But anyway, listen, y'all. These are the queens who taught me how to be the ultimate queen. Okay, this is Pastor Tanisha Jenkins. Give it up for and this is Auntie Nana. Everybody say hey, Auntie Nana.
Guys.
Y'all, this is my aunt, my mother, and they are here to give us some wisdom. They are here to give us some advice because your girl is single, ready to mingle. Ready for her man, her husband. Am I really ready? I don't know. Let's find out. Keep on watching if you want to know if I'm ready for that step in marriage, because they're going to tell me how it is. They're going to keep it real. Are we going to keep it real on here?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cut the road. So if you want to see or hear or know what you need to have, what you need to work on to be in a long, sustainable, godly, holy, fun marriage. Just a marriage, okay?
Yes.
Keep on watching.
Yes.
Okay, this is my question. This is my question. This is my question. This is my question. How long y'all been married?
I'm going to 24.
24 years?
24 years.
How long you been married?
25.
25 years. So y'all been married for 24, 25 years. What would you tell your younger self 25 years ago on how to have a sustainable, a long, a happy marriage?
It's a lot of things I would tell myself, but I know for me it would say it's all right to make mistakes, learn from them, and take your time. That's what I would get out of it.
Okay. Y'all, if you see I have my phone, I got my questions ready because we're gonna keep it real. But Auntie Nana, what would you advise your younger self?
I would definitely say like loving yourself.
Yeah.
Learning how to appreciate yourself. Learning how to support yourself, even just emotionally, before you engage with someone else in the picture. Learning the things you like, learning the things you don't like, and really just falling in love with yourself. That's the main thing I would definitely say, like on every level, you know. And so that's the ultimate for me, just falling in love with yourself.
How did you know your guy was the one?
Oh wow, I mean, when I seen my husband, I knew. I can say when I seen my husband Steven, it was definitely like, I need to know who this person is. And I actually told my best friend, which is your mom, I told my mom, like, get his number. Like, I need
You got Uncle Steven's number?
I was like, I need you.
Something else.
I need you to let him know that I really like him. And so it's I don't want to say it's just a feeling, because the feelings can go up and down. You have to know and be reassured really in God, that it's beyond just the feeling of like, oh, he's the one. You're gonna go through things, and that in those times you may not feel like he's the one, but you gotta know God in order to know like he is the one that God sent.
With your dad, it was like with me, he asked me 3 times to marry him. I didn't know 3 times. 3 times. He asked me 3 times to marry him, but
he wanted it. Get it. He wanted. Whoa.
Don't let her get in it. Don't do that.
Look, he said.
Don't do that.
Praise God.
No, we gotta go back a little bit. Because I'm the one that told you, I need you to meet my brother.
Yes.
I was like the one that was like, you gotta meet him.
Oh,
he would, yes. You gotta go back into that little tiny thing. Yeah, like, I knew that my brother would love her. I knew it.
It was like, he just was cute and he was bow-legged. Oh my God, that turned me on so
Let's stay focused.
like
on the question.
when I saw him, it was just like, I just wanted to live together. But he didn't want none of that. He was like, marry me, marry me, marry me. And I was like, okay.
Marry me, marry me, marry me.
I was like, okay, if that's what it takes to be with you, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
So you kind of just knew.
Yeah.
Wait, so how old were you when you got married?
I was 18. I was legal.
How were you when you got married?
I was about 20. Yeah.
You was 19.
I was 19.
Yeah.
Yo, wow.
It's just
Okay, so let me ask y'all this, because we need to get to the nitty gritty. Okay, it's about trust, it's about being strong-willed, it's about keeping your relationship spicy. Where do we start? From someone who is in an environment where they don't really trust a lot, they don't really, have a lot of love around them, they're not in a loving environment. I know y'all came from, well, mommy, you came from more so like a family that wasn't as close, and then you came from a family that was really close, correct?
Right.
So I would like to hear both of y'all point of view. Like, how was your trust meter in the relationship? Or going into the marriage, did you have any doubts, or did you have any like thoughts in the back of your head, like, yo, like, is he really gonna be faithful to me? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think you have to base it on what you are dealing with in that moment. Like, you really can't bring outside issues to base it on whether or not if you're gonna trust that person or not.
Yeah.
If it's not in your marriage, then don't bring it in the marriage. You know what I mean? So I would just say, for me, like, trust, I think, would be according to the other person's character.
Yeah.
Who they are, not just what they say they are, but who they act out to be.
Yeah.
And I think that will come within time. That trust is broken. Sometimes it can be, sometimes it's not. But if it is, I do believe in going to counseling. I do believe in, trying to find other ways. It can be a religious, somebody that is a pastor or a minister, or you can actually go for professional counseling. I would say, like, but trust, I mean, it is something that you can go in not knowing that you don't trust the person because of things that you might have felt or things you might have done. So now you don't trust the other person. So that's something that has nothing to do with the other person. That's more so you.
Yeah.
But you're then pointed at, well, since I don't really trust me, then I'm not going to trust them.
Yeah.
And so you have to be careful what levels, because I think there's different levels of trust in relationships. Like, I feel like there's a lot of different levels, but just speaking in a broad, I would just say that you have to keep it at a place where you don't bring outside issues to determine whether or not if you're going to trust that person.
Yeah.
I think with trust is earned. It's all about communicating. When you feel it as a woman, because sometimes women feel it the most. If you feel like, hey, I'm not getting enough attention, you're not showing me enough affection, you're not communicating with me, I need more of you. If that person, that male or that female, doesn't validate your feelings, then trust can be broken. So you have to that person have to secure you to let you feel that you are the one. Whether it's a male or female, if you're a girl or a male, the male's supposed to support the woman, and the woman's supposed to support the male to feel secure in a relationship, and then that's how trust is grown.
Okay, I got another question.
Okay.
Now, growing up in a Christian household, we are always taught,
the wife has to be submissive to the husband.
that can be misinterpreted on both sides, because I feel like sometimes guys, they'll use that and they'll say, oh yeah, when I get married, I was talking to my coworker the other day, actually. He was saying that when he gets married, like, his wife needs to be submissive to him, like, just saying it with a lot of strength behind it. And I didn't hear the back part. Like, what are you doing for her? Like, and me, that just gives me chills, because I understand, and I've seen my mother, you know, serve my father dinner. I've seen my auntie serve my uncle, you know, dinner, ask them what they want. But I don't like it when I don't get it back in return. Like, it's not just, I'm not just behind you, I'm beside you. You know what I'm saying?
I personally think that this is, I don't know if this is a sidebar from what you're asking, but I feel like marriage is for grown folks. I feel like there is a level of maturity that you have to have, and if you are still on the level of it's all about me, it's all about like all of sometimes, it's so I feel like I really do feel like marriage is for grown folks. I feel like, just speaking for myself, I was way too young. I would not advise nobody to get married at 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30. 30. Because 30 is where you start knowing. You start knowing what you want.
What about having kids? You don't want to be like 50, 60 years old when you have your kids.
No, you like 4 years in, 5 years in. I feel like 30 is around that time. I would even say like 28, 29, but even then, do engagement. Have an engagement party for a little while. You know, and I just personally feel like it's so much that young people put on, I need to be with a man. I need to be with a man. And that's good. That's good. But what about, I need to heal from me being a child. I need to heal from my mother hurt. I need to heal from my father not being there for me. Because when you start bringing all of those things in, you are going to display those things out in your marriage. Like period point blank. So you so much worried about, you know, I need a man, I need this, I need that. What about the inner person of who you are? So I just feel like at the end of the day, marriage is for grown folks. And I'm not just talking about in numbers, I'm talking about in your mind, in your heart, in your spirit. Like, where you at with God? Because that's really going to display how you feel for your husband or how you feel for your wife.
And exactly what you were saying, Ree, it was because my husband was spiritually stronger than I was in his relationship with God that he was able to help. And we was able to get over that relationship, that trust. Like, to leave your family, to leave everybody you know. We left everybody we knew in New York.
Wow.
We left everybody we knew. And it's because of his spiritual maturity that our family is the way it is. Y'all have to be strong enough to be, and it's all about communication. And it's about your level.
It's about being, like what she was about to say, it's about being strong enough to let him lead. It's not that you're weak because you're letting him lead. It's that you're strong enough in yourself to let him lead.
You could be a leader. You could be strong-willed, but have the submissive mind to your husband. Because some people are not spiritually strong than other people. So if you go in a relationship and you're the spiritually strong one, you have to, and that's why they said don't be unequally yoked. Don't be unequally yoked. If you go in there consciously knowing that that person is not saved, it's going to be a problem.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a problem. It's all about spiritual growth and compromising. You can't. It's. I'm telling you, if you don't learn how to compromise early in your relationship, it's going to be. It's gonna be problems. It's gonna be problems. Gosh. You could be strong-willed but be submissive at the same time too.
Strong enough to let him lead.
That's actually pretty deep.
Make sure you got the right people in your ear. Because if you take people that's outside of the marriage and bring them inside the marriage,
no.
It's gonna be, you're not gonna have a relationship. You're not gonna have a relationship.
You need some praying friends. If they not about prayer and in a prayer life, then you need to move them down to the next level in your contacts. Because when you in need of certain things in your marriage, you're gonna need people that you can call on and say, "Listen, I need to pray." You don't have to. You don't have to know nothing. You don't have to know anything.
Just pray. I need to pray. It's like you can't have like, girl, what did he do? I would tell him. No. No.
Absolutely.
No. You need to have the right people in your ear.
I am curious, and don't hold back the tea, ladies. Okay.
Try not to.
Look.
Okay.
Tell the queens how you keep your relationship spicy.
Good night. She's back.
She's back. I want to, because people out there, they may be getting married, and a lot of people think that marriages are boring.
Mm-hmm.
You know I used to think that, like, oh, one person your whole life, like, don't you get bored of seeing him?
And that's the difference. It's like, with marriage, at first when you get married when you're young, it's about the sex.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we was married, it's like sex,
Mm-hmm.
having sex all the time. But then you start getting to, when you start getting emotionally connected to somebody, it's like the intimacy.
Yeah.
So are you saying that y'all weren't really y'all like that grew along with the marriage?
Yeah,
the
it
emotional
does.
connection.
It does. I think so.
It does. As you get to learn that person, like I have such a love for your father. Like I could literally be in the store and I could be like thinking about him, and like all the saliva and like it's like so deep. Like I be feeling all types of way, and I'm ready to come home to like let's get it.
You asked the question.
I asked the question.
Don't
I know.
It's like I've done, anything to kind of like, because marriage, the bed is undefiled. Marriage, whatever you do in your bed is undefiled. You can do anything you want to in your bed with your partner.
Praise God, praise God.
You can do anything in the bed with your partner. Now,
as long as it's just you
in here. That's it. Don't bring no 3 and 4 people.
You have to be spontaneous throughout your marriage. I don't feel like there's no particular point when you stop, when you don't, like, you gotta show up like in that moment, and you have to keep it spontaneous. You gotta keep it fun. Ask him what he likes, ask him what he don't like. Try to play games while you're in it. Try to do role play. Go into character. It's just so many different things you can do. I feel like when you do get married in the beginning, like my sister-in-law was saying, you do, it's always sex. Like, but after a while, it does become a part of, there's an intimacy part that plays out. That is very important. And I think for women, we become very emotional. Like, you can cry, you can, feel like the world is coming in, and you're in that moment with your husband or with your wife. And so, you have to learn to always go back to that place, find that place of what it was in the beginning, because it can get to a point where you're like, you're doing it the same way sometimes. You're doing it, in the same place, the same bed. And sometimes you gotta go to a hotel. You gotta leave the house. You gotta go away. You gotta
shower.
Find other places. Create another place. Create. Even if you can't go to the Bahamas, like create Bahamas in your house, create Puerto Rico in your house. Like, I feel like you can create those places in your home that you would feel like you're in that location. And so I would just say, be spontaneous with your intimacy with your man or your wife.
Listen, dating, it is a complete mess out in these streets. So I know I'm the type of person that I like to get to the point. And I was talking to Daddy about that. He was like, it's not an interrogation. But it's just like, I don't have time to waste. I don't have time to waste. When I go on a date, I want to know, hey, like, what's your love language?
You can't do that on the first date. Like, the first date, it's just like, hey, how you, like, what are your goals? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I asked that. I say, what are your goals? Where do you want to see? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? What's your favorite color? What's your love language? What's your credit score? Because nobody fooling around.
That's too much. That's too much.
You still don't even know it's hard.
Yeah.
So it's like, you don't go. It's not about not asking questions, but I think that's where I feel like in this generation, you guys are so much in the act of instead of getting the wisdom of.
Yeah, the moment.
Like, the wisdom is timing.
Yeah.
And not just because I feel it, I gotta do it. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what kind of blocks you sometimes. Not just you, but just I think this generation of like really getting to know the person, but like really getting to know yourself.
Yeah.
Like, and so wisdom will say, okay, right now is not the good time to do that. Even though I might want to ask it, but it's not a good time to ask it. You know, it's not a good time to ask him what's his credit score. Like, because right now we're talking about, you know, his mother, and we're talking about, you know,
like what's
his passion.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I understand.
You don't have to like bullet like
Yeah.
on the first date. Like, goodness.
And if they don't meet every criteria on your list, it doesn't always mean that they're not the right one.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that.
Yeah. Like,
you don't even want to look at me anymore. Okay,
you willing
don't
to-
get it misconstrued. I'm not just a cutthroat type person. Like,
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
you're scaring me.
No, listen. I do have a heart. Like, if I'm just saying, I feel like what stands out to me is your sincerity in what you say. Like, one trait that I cherish the most is honesty, and like somebody being very genuine. And when I say like come with it, like, okay, you may not have the best credit score or your goals in order or whatever, but you have to give me something to work with, and you have to be genuine. And that's what my generation, I feel like we lack that. We lack in some parts. We do lack that. Like when you go out on a date with people want to play games. They want to, oh, let me talk to you, let me talk to her, let me talk to, and you know, I've tried to be that person, but I can't, because I feel like you're not really giving that person that you want to get to know a real chance if you're dating other people.
Absolutely.
Like you're not giving her really the time of day. You're giving her 5 minutes, an hour.
I disagree.
I
feel like you should, if you're dating, let's emphasize.
What is the definition of
dating? Is you're getting to know someone. I'm not talking about having intercourse with them. I don't have a problem with you dating. Like, you could date, because I feel like you're learning the person.
Yeah.
You're not in a relationship with that person. Now, when it comes to, and the other person should know that you're dating. Like, it shouldn't be that you're telling them,
if you're gonna do
I'm
it,
with you, but yet you're dating two other people. You're dating like two other people on the side. Like, no, I believe that you should tell them, but I don't feel like it should be no, we're here and it's no. I feel like you should date, because that's how you get to know what you don't like and what you do like in a relationship, and kind of it can give you options. Options are good when you're young and when you're not in a committed situation. It's okay. As long as you're not out here spreading them low and spreading them wide. We're good.
that's the key. Like,
We're
if
good.
you want to date, if you feel like the person is want to date other people, don't be giving up your cookies.
Exactly.
You're gonna date, just say I'm gonna date, and you're not gonna have the friends with benefits kind of situation.
Absolutely.
You know, you're not
Absolutely
gonna have that situation. But a lot of girls, they give it up. They give it up on the second, third date, because he said, "Yo, baby, you fine, baby. You the only one I
could see myself marrying you."
And that's a trick. That's a trick of the enemy. No, trick of the enemy. That's what they be trying to do. Stop giving your pearls to pigs.
Yeah.
You give it to a king.
Yeah.
A king that will take care of them.
We've been in situations like that too, though. I can't lie. Like, not giving it up fully, but you know, dibbling and dabbling, giving them a little feel, and the next day is like, I don't know you. But like in college, that was like cute, like, because you know the guys wanted it to be on the DL, you know.
No, don't
you know, like we not letting everybody
UP, the UL.
What?
The upper level. I want it on the upper level.
No, the guys wanted, they would be like, I don't want everybody in our business, you know, stuff like that.
No.
So I would be like, yeah, let's keep it private, But you know, at the beginning of college, your girl was getting a little taste of the world. Like, I say it straight up, because there's been times where I've said, hey, I'm celibate, or hey, I'm not having sex, and the guys won't really talk to me.
Wow.
Like that's it.
That's
just
your cue.
the conversation.
That's your cue to walk.
And you know what I realized though? You know what I realized? I hated, like, at first, I'm not gonna even lie, like, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wait, I'm not gonna have sex and stuff like that, but I was seeing all my friends have sex, and the famous phrase, girl, I wish I would have kept my virginity. But the same night you going to see your man, but anyway, that's beyond the point. I'm trying to say, like, I was seeing all my friends doing it, and I'm like, yo, like, I want to do it. But when I look back at it, it really weeded out a lot of guys. Like, I didn't have to go through some of the heartbreaks that I know that I would have had to go through if I would have gave it up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just, yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, so I think that by keeping the cookie in the cookie jar, it does help. Now, does it hurt? Does it feel good all the time? No, it does not. But it gets hard. But I feel like in the long run, it saves you from a lot of heartbreak, a lot of stress, drama. It saves the other person. Let's preach because we all know that I'm crazy. It saves the other person.
You crazy. You need to clarify that.
I'm like, I don't play. Like, you mess with me is read the
Don't let somebody's hurt control you.
Yeah.
Don't let that, don't let somebody hurting you control you, because guess what? They living their life. They going on their
to the next person.
They going on their day. They're not even thinking about you, and you holding all the hurt to that person, and you ready to, but it's not benefiting you. You have to learn, and I know people saying forgive, but don't forget. It's not that you forget, but you learn.
Yeah.
It's not that you forget, but you learn. And so you learn the next time, hey, I need to do that or approach that a different way.
If you can't even adjust with yourself emotionally, then you can't take on somebody else's issues and try to rearrange them to, cater around you.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? So you have to, it's about self-discipline.
Yeah.
And that's where you're at right now. So I wouldn't really be asking God bless me with a man. I'm the man. No, God, discipline me. Creating me a heart that I can be the best woman for me first. And then for whatever man that you called or whatever man you have for him, for me to, to be with. So I think if you then do that, your focus won't really be on other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like stop comparing your life to other people's lives.
This is one thing I did see on Instagram. It was a quote. I don't know who said it, but it said that comparison is the thief of joy. And ever since I read that, I've been really trying what am I doing comparing myself to somebody else? I am myself,
Take your time to learn who you are, to learn yourself, and be happy with yourself. Always be happy in the place you in. If you in that place, you be happy in that place.
And if you don't like that place that you're
change
in,
it.
You do something about it.
Yeah.
I'll just put a lot on the people, the queens. This video started to be like marriage advice, but to be honest, we got marriage advice, dating advice, womanhood advice, like how to be a great God-fearing woman. And that's what I love about my family, my auntie, my mother. They always hold me up in prayer. They always support me. They're always there. They understand. You know what I'm saying? And that's always good to have. So I thank y'all for coming on my YouTube channel. I love y'all.
I'm so proud of you, Tata.
I love y'all so much.
Y'all go subscribe.
And you already know, I hope y'all really enjoyed this girl talk, because
we're doing it again. We're gonna do it again.
We're gonna do it again?
Yeah.
Definitely. Let me know what you enjoyed most about this girl talk down below in the comments. And that's it. I'll see y'all in the next video. Wait. Don't forget, be blessed, stay encouraged, and always be aggressive with your wave. Let's say it again. Be blessed, stay encouraged, and always be aggressive with your ways. should just show a little bit, so. Just a little bit.
But your mama's here.
Todd.
Quiet on the set. Quiet on the